What up, Facebook? Okay. So, I needed to put some more organization to my thoughts. I wind up ranting about the talk my mom never had with me when I should have been talking about how I got sober and what makes a person an alcoholic. Now, that is what this video is going to be about. So I'm going to stay on topic. I'm going to answer and respond to everything in inkling so that I'm not thrown off track. So I'm going to start. For number one, thank everybody that's tuning into my live. I appreciate y'all. I want y'all to share this video because I need for people to understand that most people who battle alcoholism or drug addiction or overeating or whatever kind of addiction that they have, they didn't get that way without the help of somebody who probably was raising them. Okay, so whoever that may be, they bear some responsibility. So I'm gonna keep it on myself because a lot of y'all parents was perfect. I know. Perfect. Even you workaholic moms are really responsible and don't even want to take responsibility. If you're not home, that explains a lot too. Y'all be wondering how they get pregnant. You were at work. Stupid. No, and the reason why I'm saying stupid is because having a job don't stop you from being a fucking parent. You gotta learn how to be both. So yeah, back on to the making of an addict and alcoholic. I'm gonna tell y'all some of the stuff my mom did to me. So Miss Nina got him real mad. Don't ever do this shit because this really broke me. And this is something my mom did. She always told me how much I looked like my father and I never was gonna be shit. Don't do that, Nina. When you tell your son or daughter all they gonna be like is their father, and if their father battle alcoholism, that's exactly what the fuck your daughter or son is gonna be, Nina. If you tell your daughter, starting from 5 is when it started with me. Because, Nina, I look just like my dad. Look at me. See there? You see that? By then, I was already, and I wasn't up but 14 or 15. I was already a heavy alcohol drinker. But when I was this age, Nina, somebody turn to your neighbor and say, at this age, this is when the verbal abuse started. I probably didn't even know how to spell my long ass name, Tangelica. So, that's when, and I really should call her Pastor Jenkins, since y'all holier than thou, overly religious Christians seem to think I'm so fucking wrong for not going to church. But it's people like that, ladies and gentlemen, that help people that like me, that's very analytical, help me to draw my conclusion. Because being treated like that at 5, Nina, helped me understand I didn't even want to be Christian. I definitely didn't believe in no Jesus, because while this woman would have her foot on my neck, strangling the hell out of me while she was beating me with extension cords and belts, Nina. Jesus didn't help me. God didn't help me. Hell, DCFS didn't even help me. They gave me back to this woman 3 times, Nina. So, somebody turn to your neighbor and say, DCFS need to be reformed. So, back on the making of an alcoholic. I recall my mother telling me when I wouldn't go to sleep, she would give me beer. Somebody turn to your neighbor and say, that is unacceptable. And this was given to us, especially when she got a nigga she want to fuck on. Excuse my language. She'll give us a cup of beer. She'll give us some Coors. Talking about it and get us tired. It didn't get me tired, Nina. When her dumbass was in the room humping, I was drinking her beer and her Thunderbird, Nina. And puffing on her goddamn cigarettes. And I wasn't up but 7. And I promise you, I wish I could lie about this shit. I could die if I'm lying. I promise you, while she was in there humping, the man that still didn't leave his wife, somebody turn to your neighbor and say, fooling around with a married man is not right, Pastor Jenkins. Okay, I'm going to read some of these comments for a minute, and then I'm going to go back to my dialogue, because I don't want to make it seem like I'm not reading and acknowledging you, but when I stop and read, then I forget my next point or thought. So I'm going to read this now. Oh my God, never have nor I will. I 100%, that's horrible, and all 3 of my babies look like their father. But I've never, oh thank God you ain't nothing like my mom. Okay, let me click on it. Okay, I never played down him or talked bad about him. Pastor Jenkins, turn to your neighbor and say, Miss Nina got him real mad, made some valuable points. But I've never played him down or talked bad about him to the bill in front of them. That's real good. Oh, wow, I couldn't imagine, Tangi. So I hate that for you. Yeah, and I hate that for myself. And these lives is not for sympathy. I don't want sympathy. I want empowerment to do better, ladies and gentlemen. Turn to your neighbor and say, it's time that we do better. It's time that we instill messages such as this to our daughters. I am strong. I am brave. I can achieve great things. I try my best. I am lovable. I can always improve. I am smart. I believe in myself. This is what I'm instilling into my daughter way before she even turns 5. You ain't gonna be able to tell her shit about herself. And she's definitely not gonna be settling in life if I can help it. Because I'm not gonna break her spirit, because she reminds me of her father. Me and her father is not even together. And I treat my daughter with the utmost. You know why? Because I learned a valuable lesson from how I was treated. My daughter had nothing to do with our parting ways. So why should I take it out on her? Somebody turn to your neighbors and say, why do we take out our anger on our daughters or sons because we not with that daddy no more? And you ought to see how these narcissistic mothers act when he come back. They put them diamond parts in their hair, grease their scalp, fry some chicken. They don't sell the stamps that month. Oh, yeah. I'm going to just say his name, Lonnie. Lonnie on his way. Y'all daddy finna come see y'all. Soon as when the daddy come, the kids get shoved in the room while they drinking and smoking. We don't even get to say hi to our own daddy. Y'all, me and your daddy gotta talk. The 80s was a motherfucker growing up. I hated the 80s. And when I say hated, I fucking hated the 80s. Because them hoes was so nigga crazy. I mean, it's just, I they just took our daddy to jail. We down there at the damn police station, and you know, I would see women, literally, kids ain't even got on no damn, the shoes be on the wrong foot, down there at the county jail. I'm gonna say his name is Rashard or whatever. You know, I'm gonna just throw names out there. Dante back in there. And the woman that be seeing him, going to visit him, I be shut from what he done decked her in her damn eye. Somebody turn to your neighbor and say, don't never visit somebody who hit you in your eye. And they make the excuse, oh, his children is probably better off without him. And you know, I done been there too. The making of an alcoholic. We don't realize this, ladies and gentlemen, but when we're teaching our daughters and sons to be codependent, we're being neglectful, we selling their food stamps, and, you know, just shortchanging our children. We don't realize we're telling our children that they are not worth it. As a child, as God is my witness, and I could die if I'm lying, I never got to pick out my own cereal until I started living with my mom. And I know back then, they got a lot of food stamps. My neighbor, it says, my neighbor girl, Tangie, is hitting that shit on the nose for some. Ah, yeah! Turn to your neighbors and say, Tangie hitting that shit on the nose, ladies and gentlemen. I do understand. I'm trying to tell you, I can't make this stuff up. And I never got a chance to pick out my cereal. Now let that nigga Lonnie come home and say, babe, let the kids pick out their cereal, cuz. Okay, Lonnie, whatever you say. This is how these codependent, nigga crazy ass hoes sound. Okay, Lonnie. Okay, Ronnie. Okay, Ronnie. Ronnie said y'all gonna get some Apple Jacks then. And then, now whatever he say, now mind you, if he don't say it, it ain't gonna happen. Lonnie said y'all gone, cause Lonnie run the check that ain't even in his goddamn name. Ronnie said that he want y'all to pick out y'all own shit. Y'all gonna get a box. She get real nice when that nigga here. Girl, let him go. Let him not come home. Shamika. She get Shamika, the one that look like that's Ronnie's daughter. I'm mimicking these abusive ass bitches. Shamika. Why? Why all them goddamn dishes is in my sink, Shanika? Why the fuck would you leave my house nasty like that, Shanika? Now you know, Shanika, I worked too motherfucking hard for this shit. Now y'all trying this shit because y'all motherfucking daddy gone. Look here. And when I come back, if all them dishes ain't out of my goddamn sink, I'ma whoop everything. Everybody ass in here gonna get tore up today. Let Lonnie walk through that door. Babe, I fell asleep on the bus. I fell asleep on the bus. Y'all got Shanika, don't worry about them dishes. Shanika, don't. Mama get them later once Lonnie come back from seeing and reassuring his wife. Y'all hoes gotta do better. Somebody turn to your neighbors and say, us hoes need to do better. All it be is that they mad at Lonnie. This don't got shit to do with Shanika not doing her chores, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah. Then when the tax time come, Lonnie said, it's time for it. Now, ain't shit in Lonnie's name, but Lonnie's making all the decisions. Now, let me tell y'all what Lonnie brings to the tables, ladies and gentlemen. This is all Lonnie bringing to the table. Him holding the fucking remote. That's all he got to do. And being this goddamn Jesus walkers. Hold on. My toes too pretty for Lonnie's. All he got to do is be in his sandals. Tell y'all be quiet. Your mom in here trying to cook. That's all he got to do. Be in his Jesus walkers. Dirty ass boxers. Sitting down getting his hair braided twice a month. Talking about, yeah, we about to blow up. We about to blow up. Talking about, babe. Babe, that shit on YouTube now. They just uploaded it on YouTube, babe. Remember when I wrote you and told you that shit was gonna blow up? That shit on PBS. PBS. Not ABC, NBC. That shit on the motherfucking, man. Let me explain something to y'all, ladies and gentlemen. These people is perpetuating generational neglect and child abuse and don't even know it. Now Shanika gonna think the only time my mama loved me is when Lonnie's home. She's gonna grow up thinking, ladies and gentlemen, I can't stand being in my own skin because I don't like what I see. She don't like what I see. And I'm gonna tell y'all something else. Let's just say this baby mama, her name Tamika, she have a daughter or a son that's lighter than Shamika. We're gonna say Shamika. They put her all on the pedestal. Come here, Tink. This how they do them. This how they do the child that's lighter than you. Come here, Tink. Y'all don't mess with my baby. Y'all don't mess with my baby. That's mama baby right there. Hey, Tink. Look at little Lonnie. Look at little Lonnie. That baby could do anything in the world. That baby won't never get their ass whooped. They can set the house on fire. That baby can set, look at me. I'm going to repeat myself one more time. Shanika little sister, that's a couple of shades lighter, Sharon. I said that sister can't do no motherfucking wrong. She can't do no wrong. She cannot do no wrong. The making of an alcoholic is what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Now, back on this mama, this baby mama Tiffany. This baby mama Tiffany represents Pastor Jenkins, which is my mother. Can't do no motherfucking wrong. Now, mind you, and this is a video I should have done a long time ago, but I know so many people's gonna be mad and pissed off and angry because they guilty of this shit. And instead of getting real with the woman in the mirror and having a talk with your daughter or son, y'all gonna be mad at me. Y'all gonna be mad at me. Y'all gonna be mad at me. So yeah, my mother is Pastor Jenkins. My mother is very guilty of, why you throwing the thumbs down and putting angry faces? This is my life. And I'm speaking my truth. And if it offends anybody, please don't click on this. This is for the black sheep. So as I was saying earlier, the daughter who left too many dishes in the sink, getting her head knocked off, not because she left the dishes in the sink, Sharon. Yeah, but you gotta realize something. This is my life about my child abuse of mother. So don't tell me what's cool and not cool to say about my mother. My mother have done some things to me, Sharon, that is the making of an alcoholic. Now, some of y'all have perfect parents. If my truth triggers you, you don't need to watch my videos about my experience with my mother. Because at the end of the fucking day, I'm not Christian. And I'm not going to pretend that that child abusing bitch don't deserve to be exposed. So, you my sister and you my friend, but I'm going to walk in my truth whether you like it or not. And anybody else that don't like what the fuck I got to say about my truth is more than welcome to excuse themselves off my life. And I am going to expose her. If you can't handle this, wait till you read the fucking book I'm going to drop on Pastor Jenkins, the child abusing scrap. My page is about truth. This is why I normally keep Christian people off my page, because they can't stop judging. They're the reasons why I would never be Christian again. You can't be yourself around these people. Yeah, and I am going to expose that ass. Because you know why? If I could help one girl, if I could help one guy understand you wasn't crazy, your mama played favorites. So as I was saying, I'm speaking generally because I get a lot of flack about what I say about my mama, my abusive ass, child abusing ass. I don't even want to talk about her no more because it's going to make me mad. But yeah, let me explain something to you. I don't even believe that the movie Precious come close to describing my childhood that Pastor Jenkins gave me. Leaving me to watch her 3 kids while she go smoke her dope, while she go entertain Lonnie, which was a married man. And this is another thing that killed me about Christian women so much. They feel like because they stop hitting the pipe, all the slate get wiped clean. The blood of Jesus, the blood of Jesus forgave your punk ass for you blinding me in my left eye. The blood of Jesus forgave your punk ass for leaving me in a house with no food, no electricity, or nothing for your kids. Pastor Jenkins, I'm supposed to just say, fuck all that? Well, I ain't Christian, I ain't Jesus. Yeah. Left me in the house with her children that I didn't ask her to fucking have. I'm the oldest one. Every Mother's Day, that bitch owed me some flowers. The making of an alcoholic. So as I was saying, this woman was giving me beer at 7 and 8 years old. She was giving me beer at 7 and 8 years old so she can lay up with somebody else's husband. Old tramp ass bitch. Pastor Jenkins. Somebody turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor, you a fake ass Christian. Now. And left me with her kids. No electricity in the house on Belhaven. There's, if anybody know Watts, California, there's a street called Belhaven and 111 Drive. There's a train tracks right there. When I'm in Watts, I go right there and pick like 2 or 3 rocks to signify when I was a child, I used to gather wood so I can make my brother and sisters rice on the barbecue pit because Pastor Jenkins took her dope smoking ass off for 3-4 days and left me with no electricity with her 3 children, ladies and gentlemen. Now she don't smoke dope anymore. She says that I cuss too much on my Facebook now. Bitch, please. Bitch, please. We're talking about the same bitch that left an 11-year-old in a house with 2 children of hers with no lights, no water, no gas for 3 days to go be with somebody else's husband. Well, that depends on what perspective you're coming from, and I'm not going to debate about my beliefs because my beliefs is not debatable, and I'm not Christian. I don't know if she's forgiven. According to her beliefs, she is, but everybody isn't Christian. So I'm going to move right on along. So, yeah. Who the fuck says she's forgiven? I forgave her, but this is my platform to discuss my childhood, and I'm talking about the making of an alcoholic, whether Christian females like it or not. So yeah, moving right along. And once you expose her, you feel much better. Don't hold that shit in. You goddamn right. I'm going to go on Lifetime Movie and make a movie about Pastor Jenkins. and I hope her church followers see this fucking live. Man, because some things never change. And some people, I personally believe, don't deserve vindication. I really believe that. Especially when they try to justify it in that old cowardly way. You punked on an 11-year-old for looking like her father. I don't respect bullies. I don't respect. Turn to your neighbor and say, I don't respect bullies. I don't respect parents who beat on their children just because they look like their father. Now, some people don't deserve vindication. And I'm not Christian, and I'm never going to be it. So we need to ask ourselves, and this goes for any and everybody that watch my lives. Because I said it before and I'm going to say it again. There's a lot of people on my platform that's Christian. You are cool with me. I respect your beliefs, but you're going to respect mine too. And if you can't, I guess I'll see you next lifetime. Because to walk in my own truth, I'll walk alone if I have to. I will walk alone. I will walk alone if I have to. I was silent enough by the Christian bitch as a kid. As a 44-year-old woman, I'm going to walk in my own truth, sugar, even if that means being forsaken. Everybody knows that the truth teller is going to have a small circle. Do you see anybody here at my house? My circle very small because I'm a truth teller. And I don't hide behind no punk-ass addiction for my punk-ass behavior. I kept it real with my kids. If I picked alcohol over them, I picked alcohol over them. It wasn't because the disease was on me and none of that shit. Nah, y'all just wasn't important to me at that time. But the truth of the matter is, addicts and alcoholics didn't raise themselves. What was your childhood like is the question. Tangi, what age did you have Leah? I had Leah at 41. And she's my 7th child. And I went and made peace with my mom when I was 7 months pregnant with her. I let her know that I forgive her for that fucked up childhood she gave me. But I have a right to heal in my way, on my times, whenever in the fuck I feel my story is told enough that's when it's going to stop being told. And I really can't see that happening no time soon, because as I become sober, more and more and more things is being revealed to me about how broken I was in the first place, because I was so busy blaming. See, this is why I'm doing these lives too, is because when I was in Alcoholics Anonymous, I placed blame on myself. I had a sponsor bitch telling me that it was my fault that I was molested at 5. I had a sponsor bitch telling me I play a part in my mother's child abuse. This is why this time I got sober without all the cult people, without the Christians. This is why I did this shit on my own. Yeah, because I didn't want you telling me it's my fucking fault that I was touched at 5. I didn't want to be told that something that couldn't rescue me from this fucking bully couldn't rescue me from her. I'm supposed to put all my trust and faith in. How many of you Christian females wrote a character letter for me, since y'all so fucking honest and perfect and do everything the right fucking way, and y'all supposed to really love me and be my friend and so motherfucking supportive of me? How many of y'all put y'all fucking money where y'all mouth is? I'll wait. Sounds good. You 41, that's reassuring. Yes, and during my pregnancy with Leah, I discovered that my mom have colon cancer, which is a direct result of all the smoking dope and alcohol and unhealthy eating she did. And I finally went to her after being no contact for 5 years, because I'm a person that's very big on loyalty. I chose not to have any contact with my mother for a substantial amount of time. And when I felt it was time, I went and saw her. And that experience was good because I was able to vindicate the perfect Christian who still thinks she fucking better than me. She's still walking around thinking she better than me. I haven't drank enough beers in my life to make my kids sit in no dark for no 3 days while I'm out chasing niggas and shit. Somebody, anybody, I don't even give a fuck who responds. I don't know what's in a beer, blunt, or a piece of crack to make you leave your 11-year-old in the house with your children with no food, no electricity, no anything for 3 days. And I was a very smart person. I should have called the police, so we should have got taken away from her punk ass sooner. But I held my mother down even when she didn't hold me down. I wonder why the Christians are not responding to this live. Y'all got all the fucking answers about how the fuck I should feel about my childhood. Put it in Jesus' hands? Yeah, okay. Sounds good. I put it in the liquor store's hands and bought me some gin and juice. Eventually, I chose to drink to numb myself. The making of an alcoholic is what this video is about. And you overly religious people, please excuse yourself off my page, man. If I can't live and let live, get the fuck off my page, man. That go for everybody. I'm glad the cousins and stuff that is Christian are not hopping on my lives, because y'all gonna be mad. I'll make you question why the fuck you there, okay? So, and you can't fuck with me because I learned the truth about all these religions by studying them, and I watched the behavior of Christian people. So, yeah. The making of an alcoholic. Ladies and gentlemen, not only did she give me alcohol as a child, but she was my first drinking buddy when I was a teenager. Now, mind you, my mom was very guilty of the shit she did to me. So she felt like because she let me drink and smoke cigarettes, that was supposed to excuse the child abuse. I can't get out of here. There's not a beverage that could make that go away. Ladies and gentlemen, there's not a pastor that can make it go away either, Sharon. They done laid their hands all over my big ass forehead, and I still remember. So yeah. This woman, she literally, really and truly felt, I believe, once she got diagnosed with cancer, fuck, man, I wish. Because you know who came to her aid, Nina? When she got all sick and bent over and fucked up, and she was by herself, as the fuck she should be, the black sheep showed up. The black sheep showed up. The person she slept on is the one who showed up as the way it should. Now, that's one thing that is true in the Bible. The universe will make your enemies your footstool. So we got to be careful who the fuck we sleep on, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, so my page is for Walking in Truth. I wish somebody can tag her because she really should be tagged. She was such a fucking bully, man. She should be tagged. She deserves to be tagged. I don't give a fuck what her situation is. She deserves to be tagged. But anyway, that mentally and emotionally led me to seek love in boys. Because my father was already gone and deceased by 11, that left that coward to instill the love. And this is something she couldn't do. Narcissists are not capable of love, giving, or receiving love. They're not capable. This is somebody who's never met her own father, who was very jealous of me and my dad relationship because we was very, very close. I would never, yes, live and let live. Yeah. Yeah, and the making of an alcoholic, my mom made one. She literally did. She made one. And I do blame her because she's the one who was the example. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it's about taking responsibility. And a lot of y'all can't take responsibility because you're too much of a fucking coward. You want to sit up here and say, oh, why can't she be forgiven? Why she deserve to be forgiven? Will her forgiveness restore my vision, Sharon? Will her forgiveness take away the fucking abusive nightmares that I used to have as a kid, Sharon? Will her forgiveness heal my relationship with my own children she helped damage, Sharon? Or any other Christian that want to answer these goddamn questions I have? I don't think so. And I'm going to be live for a minute so you guys can feel free to answer the question. Yeah. Feel free to answer the question. This is necessary. We need to start getting honest about how we damage our children with telling them, you look just like your daddy. You just like your daddy. You gonna be just like your daddy. You ain't shit like your daddy. And then, when we don't be shit, then you want to look down on us. No. Bitch, you the reason why I never tried. Did that ever occur to you? If you break your daughter, she may not want to try. So, for somebody to be sitting up talking about, for somebody to be sitting up here talking about how I need to forgive, it's easy to tell other people how to feel about their experience. Well, you got to understand, ladies and gentlemen, I see you, Diamond. How are you doing? How are you doing? I see you've been tuning into my lives. And my page and my lives are not to disrespect anybody's personal beliefs. However, I am going to talk and tell the truth about my fucked up ass childhood by my Christian mother, who seemed to believe she has the right. She feels that she has the right to be vindicated. This is somebody who share responsibility for the making of an alcoholic. And my mom says, and I quote, "We can't be friends on Facebook, Tangi, because you curse too much." Somebody that used to fuck somebody's husband and beat on her daughter and leave her daughter to watch her fucking children while she go smoke dope. I curse too much. Bitch, you sound stupid as fuck. Crazy. And I'm supposed to respect that, Sharon? Sharon, you're a Gemini like me. You know better. You know damn well that we're not going to respect no shit like that. She think this live is embarrassing. Wait until I tell Oprah and tell my story and have my book on Amazon for everybody to motherfucking see. You know, as a Gemini, we're big on respect. Yeah, I took care of mine too. You know what my mom did? She told me she couldn't stand the sound of my baby. She couldn't stand it because she's very narcissistic. This is why it's not good to compare your situation to anybody else's, because narcissists hate children, Sharon. These are not normal people. These are demonic Jezebel spirits. These are not normal people. My mom got so irritated with Leah, even when she was placed on hospice. My mom told me that's okay, she'll find somebody else to help her. She couldn't stand being around her own granddaughter. My daughter was making too much noise. Not only that, she had to look at this fucking face. The one who she disrespected. The one who she blinded in the left eye. She had to look at the very same person who she broke and damaged. And the person she put on that high pedestal wasn't coming, Sharon. Pastor Jenkins couldn't stand this eyesore. That's why that coward didn't want to look at me. And I still am looking like the very daddy she hates to this day. Yeah, this is my story. The making of an alcoholic, ladies and gentlemen, is what I'm talking about. Because a lot of judgmental people seemed to believe that I was just this party animal that couldn't stop drinking. No, Lordy. It wasn't that. It was way more than that. It was way more than some fucking fun. And she gets the audacity to have a name. Somebody tag Ladrina fucking Jenkins, Pastor Jenkins, this fucking live, and tell that coward to get on here. All her Christian friends, tell that punk ass bitch to get on this live and explain herself. Now, and I will be going to Edmonds Children's Court and posting my experience with being taken from Pastor Jenkins 3 times. Yeah, Sharon. And I want the rest of the Christians to see why the making of an alcoholic is even a story of mine. No. They say forgive and move on. How can you forgive something that can't get addressed because the fucking coward run? The only thing this person won't run from is a nigga. Yeah. 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 I want somebody to tag that coward that constantly blocked me on her social media because she can't stand looking at this oh so everly beautiful young lady who looked like her baby daddy she caught in the bed with that Mexican woman. That's why she hate me so much. My dad cheated on her and she took it out on me. Yeah. The making of an alcoholic, ladies and gentlemen. And with that being said, I will continue to mentally and emotionally pick up the pieces of what Pastor Jenkins helped to fucking destroy grandchildren and everything got deprived of the black sheep because the making of an alcoholic, it cost me my children. So when we don't love our children, we damage them and we damage future generations. Somebody give Pastor Jenkins a round of applause for damaging future generations. Since we believe she deserves forgiveness. But it's easy to tell somebody else to feel when you got your sight in both of your eyes. It's easy to tell somebody else how to fucking feel about their goddamn feelings. Somebody turn to your neighbors. I should mind my business if I ain't walking in Tangy Cox's shoes. My mom, to her, used to get whooping Joshua looking like my dad. Yeah. Now you see what I'm talking about? Let me tell you something. I'm dead on mine. That shit is an eyesore. You know what's going to be even more of an eyesore? Is when my book comes out about the narcissistic pastor. It's just so funny that these people, man, these people, you know what? I wasn't even going to say this, but I'm going to say it. I belong to several closed groups that's on Facebook. And one of the groups I belong to is called Daughters of Narcissistic Mothers. And do you know that these women, even while being terminally ill, still chooses to be physically, verbally, and emotionally and mentally abusive. This is how you can tell these are not human beings. These are these are Jezebel spirits. These are demonic entities masked by looking like humans. Yeah. And even when they terminally ill, they make everything so difficult and hard. They make sure the golden favorite child gets everything. That's another thing too, speaking of golden child. A lot of people can't keep it real about their parents because they got something to look forward to, like an inheritance and all that stuff. Let me tell y'all what my mom did when she got really, really sick. She took her wedding rings off and gave it to her favorite daughter. Not that I wanted anything from my mom, because I don't want nothing, and I do mean nothing that holds her energy. But it's the principle. Things are supposed to happen in chronological order. But my mom have always put my sister higher because she's lighter and she looked more like her and all this other stuff. So she gave her rings to my sister. Okay? And so that made me free, even though I was going to tell my story any goddamn way. I don't have nothing stopping me from being honest about my childhood. But some people can't because they're being left the property in the house. And I understand that. Handle your business. But everything that comes to Tangi, the black sheep, I'm going to have to work for it. I'm not getting no motherfucking inheritance. So I can sit here and be honest and walk in my truth because I don't have no reason to kiss my narcissistic parent ass. So, yeah, I can go live and talk about her all the fuck I want to because I don't need or want shit from her. My mom, oh, okay, yeah, I read that already. Okay, so yeah, family and friends, everybody that's tuning into this live, which is the making of an alcoholic, understand that there's no exact formula to the making of an alcoholic, but when we're negligent mentally and emotionally, when we are constantly belittling our children, telling them they ain't gonna be shit, they look just like their daddy, when we're wrapped up in our own addictions, when we putting every and anything before our children. Another thing about my mom, the making of an alcoholic as well, is my mom played favorites. And a lot of us is guilty of this. It's grandparents that's guilty of this. And they probably didn't mean no harm. But when you play favorites, that goes for aunties, uncles, and all of this shit like this. When you play favorites, you make the other children feel not good enough. And this has been so hurtful to the black community. I'm not the only one that have went through this shit. I got friends that talk about how their parents play favorites all the fucking time, and we think it's so harmless, but it's not harmless. It's not harmless. When you play favorites with your children, you just might make the next alcoholic or addict in your family. When you play favorites because of some fucking color or because she got a degree, that's another thing. My smart baby got her degree. My smart baby, yo, the baby with the degree is the bitch gonna put you in the home too. Now laugh at that. Because she ain't going to have time for your narcissistic, abusive ass. Yeah, my baby went on it. Yeah, she going back to school to get her doctorate and her this and her that. We going to see where she put your ass when you get old. We going to see where she your baby with the degree. We going to see where she going to put your ass or where he going to put your ass when you get older and can't do for yourself no more. 10-1, that narcissist, whether she want to or not, is gonna have to call that black sheep that look like that baby daddy she hate. It almost 10-1 go like that. So yeah, you gotta understand something, ladies and gentlemen. I guess the Bible is right when they say enemies will become your footstool. Because literally, mostly all the black sheeps I know wind up becoming they wind up becoming the power of attorney. They wind up becoming the caregiver, the slave, because that's all that is too. Just know all of that hard work you're doing, all that hard work you're doing is going to probably result in her favorite child is going to get every fucking thing. So even though you're doing this shit out of the kindness of your heart, I don't even want nothing that hold my mom's energy. I don't even want a blanket or a towel or a pillow from her house. That's right. The caregiver scapegoat. And let me tell you something, Sharon. You know us Geminis, we love to debate. Me and you gonna have a one-on-one conversation because you my sister and I love you. The caregiver scapegoat. In that closed group, I'm gonna send you a link because I think you may benefit from it too. Hearing the stories of so many daughters of narcissistic mothers, and they got closed group for daughters of narcissistic fathers on Facebook. Look it up. These people, man, if you just do a status saying how many black sheep was they parents' caregivers, I promise you over 500 people going to comment and say they was. This is not isolated. This is the way, this is very common. The black sheep. I got everything because at the end of the day, she felt and realized I was not the black sheep. It was her ass. Well, this is the first. Let me finish reading this whole comment. She realized I wasn't the black sheep. It was her ass who was the black sheep. And my brother, who thought he was the favorite, he didn't get shit. Nobody didn't get shit but me. She made sure she took her will back. Oh, she took her will back because none of them rich went. Yeah, them famous ones, them favorite ones, they never showed up to see her, and my daughter took care of her. Absolutely. Well, to be honest with you, I've heard and saw and read stories of so many caregivers being there the entire time their parents were given that window period to live, and the one who remained out of town, the one who remained out of town that didn't come to shit but the reading of the will, everything was still left to them. God is my witness. Oh, you say you can't hear me? You can't hear me? Okay, let me see. Can you hear me now? Let me see. You say you can't hear me? Okay, let me see. You said check my volume? Okay. Okay, if you can hear me now, can you hear me? Let me see some hearts if you can hear me. I don't know what's going on. Let me see. Let me see. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? Okay, can you hear me now? If you can hear me now, let me know. You can hear me by showing me some hearts, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so I don't know what happened, man. Oh, man. Let me see. Let me see if I can see if my son can fix this. You said start over? You said see if Facebook blocks you, start over. You said start over? Okay, how can I see? You mean start this live over? Let me see. Can you see if the sound, click on my live real quick and see if the sound is gone. See if Facebook got my live blocked. See if Facebook blocks you, start over. Okay. Sometimes Facebook be really tripping though.
No, it doesn't even show that you're live.
It doesn't?
No.
Okay, can you go to, yeah, that's it right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can hear me, but she says she can't hear my sound. Ask her, can she hear my sound now? Sharon, can you hear my sound now? Can you hear my sound now? Josiah, if you can hear my sound, let me see some hearts. Okay, well, shoot. I guess I'm going to go live on Instagram. I ain't got time for Facebook. Y'all be tripping, man. Let me see some hearts.